It's going to be just great. This thing scares me all the time. It's I should fill that in. I actually dug that hole last summer. We were using that for a water reservoir. We put a tarp in there and filled it up with water so we'd have water for dishes or whatever we needed. And at first I said, tell me that's not a bear's hibernaculum. But it isn't. It's just the hole I dug that I scare myself with. That'll probably trip in one day if I don't fill it in. So, humongous fire ring. That will be a little overkill for the size of the fire we're going to build. I'm going to grab that much wood because I don't want to abuse the privilege of trading firewood for beer. All right, it's fire time. In order to make things extra classy and festive for Thanksgiving, American Thanksgiving, we had ours in October in Canada. I am using a Kentucky Fried Chicken scented log. Good thing the bears are slumbering right now. It's a formidable smell, that's for sure. And these bears, yeah, they don't mess around. They can smell real good. They can probably smell what I'm thinking right now. And let's see. Fire log made from 100% recycled wax, cardboard, not actually fried chicken. I like the disclaimer. Oh boy. Holy, wow. They don't hold back on the 11 herbs and spices. Yeah. Yikes. This almost smells pharmaceutical. Okay. Gonna loosen the wrapper and light there, light there, light there. Just follow the directions. Yeah, I guess we'll see if this burns. Wow, what an age we live in. Oh, I can smell it already. It's really getting a lot stronger smell. Fire log. Oh, mercy. Why did I buy 2 of these fire logs? What I like about these pressed wax log burners, they burn for like hours. So if you're starting a fire and you're bringing wood already, may as well bring another log along to make the lighting process easier. You don't have to mess around with kindling and all that bushcrafty stuff, unless you really want to. Okay, that's good. The smell of the wood is overpowering the fried chicken aroma. Good. Fire's going quite nicely. Absolute winter wonderland all around us. It's quite beautiful, majestic, peaceful. The list goes on. And the back of the SUV here that we've got set up is pretty cozy on the inside. We've got a bunk set up here. That will be proving to be comfortable, I'm sure. A couple of pots to cook up some Thanksgiving festivities around here. You know, the odd flashlights and whatnot hanging down, I did start up the Mr. Buddy heater, and there's a huge air gap on the bottom here, which is good for carbon monoxide. But if I were to redo this, I could make it a lot closer to the ground, but it was just kind of a fluke of the tarp I had at the time. We got a whole chair there full of Thanksgiving goodies. I'm gonna have to cook up tonight, so that should prove to be extremely delicious. And oh, there's my stuff too. Even better. Yeah, this is quite the setup. I'm gonna probably do this in the future. I see no problems with this unless it's severe bear territory time, and you know you don't want to cause any problems there. But this is actually extremely sweet as far as I'm concerned, and it gives a lot more room on the back of the SUV. So next stop is going to be probably to cook up some food. The snow seems to be falling outside. I can hear it on the tarp. We're going to make a little Thanksgiving style meal in the back of the SUV. I'm just cooking on the Mr. Buddy heater down here. That kind of should probably do okay. I'm going to cook up a little bit of stuffing, then I'm going to throw in the whole Thanksgiving meal into one pot. That should do just fine. What could go wrong with...
Isn't that the new jackpot ticket in that pile of laundry?
Hey there, you forgot to check the pockets. Check the pockets.
$1 million down the drain.
Hey, laundry back.
Oh, I can't watch.
Get the ticket.
Get the ticket.
Whew. Well, that was almost a load of trouble.
Scratch off this one, take on a ledge with their own. Keep on scratching.
Precariously balancing a pot of boiling water on a propane appliance. So we'll get this all boiled up. Throw in a helping of rich creamery butter. And, I'll make the stuffing, and then I've got a bunch of turkey from the deli. This is actually, I've been snacking on this a little bit. It's really good. Roast garlic and pepper turkey breast. So, look at that. That is actually, oh, thank goodness the bears are asleep right now, because they would be ripping through this tarp in no time to come join me for dinner. So that should do the job nicely here. And we got gravy and everything we're going to throw in there. And the can of, I found niblets were the only thing available at the first grocery store. But I did get my grubby little hands on some actual peaches and cream. So that's what we're going to use. And I'm severely excited to chow down, then crawl into this back of an SUV. So the progress continues. We've got corn and stovetop stuffing, and I'll throw in a bunch of turkey, and we'll just let it heat up there, and then we'll dump in a whole helping of gravy, and I think we're off to a good Thanksgiving. Can't have enough gravy in a little meal like this. So in goes the gravy to keep everything nice and coated. Throw it on there, and we'll see what happens. Getting a little more ready to hunker down any moment now after I finish delicious Thanksgiving in a pot. This is not for those people that don't like their different foods touching each other on the plate. This is absolutely delicious. Yes. Got everything in there other than potatoes, I guess. And I didn't want to open up the whole can of cranberries. I had that planned. But I think this is quite enough for me. I'm probably gonna have leftovers. Like I say, save some room for a little pumpkin pie after that. So I have to give a major shout out to the people who have gone above and beyond and donated charities and volunteered and everything else like that. I think I got the best subs in the world. Everybody is just phenomenal. The amount of people that have reached out, I have to let everybody know, you guys are making a difference. Thank you so much, guys, for all that. And then the folks that have donated so that I can enjoy step 2 and rent a car to go on these back road adventures. It's so hard to sit here and talk when I just consume this delicious meal. But thank you all. And it's starting to snow out here. I really hope I'm not stuck here tomorrow. I'm gonna poke my head out the door and I'm gonna check on the snow after I'm done devouring my Thanksgiving dinner. And I'm thankful for all you guys. Thank you for watching along. I'm very thankful for that. And I know, it's time to be thankful for what we can be thankful for. So cheers, everyone. The structure from the inside looks pretty good for the night. And of course, about time to go to bed. So here I am in my picture-perfect piece of paradise, getting ready to sleep for the night with the bear spray beside me just in case. But they should be pretty well done for the year. So that's a relief. Anyway, we see you guys bright and early. Good morning. It really does not get better than that. This is an awesome setup. It was like I was sleeping indoors. It was that warm. I had the buddy heater on low, and there's not even much condensation inside here on the windows. So that was an awesome success. Time to get up and start the day. I would camp like this any day of the week. This is probably my new favorite setup out of anything I've done. For stealthiness, I would give it 0% because it's just not a stealthy setup. But as far as coziness, that's got to be up at like 80%. Really, I could stretch out just fine in this. I'm 5'11", so if you were much taller than 6 feet, you may not want the Santa Fe. But sleeping diagonally, you could probably stretch out quite comfortably. The seats actually, they go fairly far flat when you flip them back. Some of them, they're kind of at an angle, so you're sitting up all night. But yeah, that was awesome. I'm just getting packed up. We could hit these logging roads. I'm curious to see if there's any fresh prints or tracks out here that we can try to identify some type of wildlife other than the few that we saw at the very beginning. They come the size of an envelope, and then when you roll them back up, they're the size of a raft. So awesome. I pulled down this road. It's normally a good spot to see some wildlife, or at least some evidence of it, and I saw some tracks. But it turns out there are human tracks, which are not that interesting. So I'll keep poking around here. So I'm going to turn around because I think I'm going to get stuck if I go any further than this. It really is a sleepy forest up in these higher elevations. There's not a whole lot. I did see a bunch more stuff down at the lower elevations at the start of the logging road. And then I get up here and it's pretty quiet. Until now, I found these prints. And they're fairly big. I'll give you a comparison there. I don't know exactly what they are. It's not really all that fresh, but it looks like it could be a lynx or a big cat like that. If you know tracks, let me know what you think that might be. That's about all I've seen so far. So I'm going to zip down the hill. And unless I see anything amazingly interesting on the way down, I'll call this the video for the week. And we're out here filming a couple of more right away. So that's going to be awesome. There's going to be good times coming up. We're going to hit a couple of other really cool spots that I know of. And we're going to get that 400,000 special filmed out here as well. So thanks, everybody. Thanks for subscribing. If you haven't and you'd like to, that's free and it's good to do and it makes you feel good. So until next time, you're camping with Steve.
Nice.
Still working, eh?
Take tomorrow off. Keys.
Welcome to Camping with Steve. We got 2 SUVs and a tarp today, so we're going to call that a shelter. Let's get the party started. Fancy seeing you here.
Hi, Steve.
Unload the gear before we connect these with a little tarp. I think this is going to be pretty sweet. Find out which way is the long way. I'm guessing this way?
I'm guessing another way.
I'm guessing, yeah. Who needs an RV when you got a tarp and 2 cars, eh? I wanted a big enough tarp, but it covers both vehicles completely. If this was camo, now we'd be stealthing.
Yeah, we would. Good one, Steve. Good one.
Yeah. Yeah.
Keep on stepping in.
Yeah. Got these magnets here. Oh, there's a lien on there. It's a Canadian dollar. We got these from when I slept in the storm drain. We put 3 on each car, but we also got extra tie downs because I just got the feeling these are going to do nothing, to be honest. Probably not much. it's worth overdoing, am I right? Yeah. Two. I've lived in worse than this. This is actually really cool. Make use of the biggest and heaviest logs to hold this down. And we'll take a tour inside. Yeah, we are good. All right. This is what's going on in here. Got an awful lot of. I don't know if you need your sunglasses on in here. It's a little dim.
Oh,
It's also
that's better.
It's also nice and warm. It's supposed to be.
It's supposed to be.
Yeah. So, of course, we don't run the vehicles in this situation at all. But there's power, so if we do need heat, we could actually just plug in the heater. That will batten these down a little bit more, but I think it's time for a delicious, frosty step 2. Cheers, crazy neighbor.
Cheers, Steve.
What a fine structure.
It is.
Technically, I don't think it is a structure, but it is sheltered, so hey,
Yeah, it is. It's pretty good. Glad to be back.
mm-hmm. Yes.
Love it. Living the dream.
People don't know Crazy Neighbor was a real neighbor of mine before I moved to the acreage, and been a friend of mine for many seasons now.
Camping buddies.
Mm-hmm. This is excellent. It's all we actually need. If you look over here, we've got a very luxurious bunk in this car. Then over here for Crazy Neighbor, got a nice little bunk in there as well. And this will flip down when it gets a little colder, for sure. Coming around this side, you can actually see just how absurdly long the whole thing covers all these vehicles. Plugged in here for power. That should provide us all we need for the night. And yeah, we got the magnets stuck on here and there to hold everything on, as well as some weight down there and ratchet straps. But wow, this is probably the easiest type of 2 SUV setup I've ever done in my life. But time for a fire one of these moments here.
guys, we're going to use the Binford Easy Light 2000.
Well, we'll get some coals down and start cooking, I guess, in a little bit here.
I think so.
Yeah. These are the nice camp stoves. They got swing around lids.
Yeah, I like that.
This part up here keeps stuff warm. This swings around. These aren't very popular with people at the parks because people jump on them.
Kids use them as a toy.
Yeah, people use the whole camping fire ring as a toilet sometimes. But yeah, it's not seeing many of these anymore these days, but they're so convenient. Cook the food, swing it out of the way. Here we are about mid-April, and a harbinger of springtime is the poplars start to sprout down these little things. And that means there can't be leaves far behind. Look at that little guy in the tree. Wasp's nest. This time of year, they're not in service anymore, so thankfully. I can see it's an old one. The bottom's broken right out of it, but you know they're those angry meat wasps. Come around when you're cooking a steak and stuff. Obviously, there's a certain season this can be used in. Clearly not the middle of summer with mosquitoes because you need mosquito netting. And clearly not in humongous windstorms or rainstorms, but for the most part, this should really do the job for the shoulder seasons around here anyways. It's going to be a fine shelter for the night. First things first, got to make taco meat, and we all know how to do that. You package your meat and the instructions on the package. So let this begin. Then we get a little bit more experimental with dinner here because it's a strange recipe, but it got 5 stars online, so yum. Love it. Doesn't get better than this.
Awesome!
Yeah. Got to do some meal prep here.
Yes.
Time to chop up our tomato and get in.
Use the #1 trusted bag to help keep the food you love fresh long for the love of food. Ziploc.
SC Johnson. Colgate Optic White's unique technology gives you a visibly brighter smile in just 3 days. Sometimes the greatest rush is not rushing.